Okay, sweet peas, hello. Today's date is July 5th, 2017, and my name is Leslie Williams. Check it out! Alright, Munchkin Butts, check it out, check it out, check it out. This is going to be one of the best videos that I've ever made. Now, this video is going to be pretty technical, and it's going to be very informative. So, in order for you to be able to see, and trust me, if you follow instructions and directions, okay, what you're about to witness is going to flat out blow your mind. Absolutely. Now, before I segue into the subject matter, I am going to have to make myself some, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make just some fast predictions. As a direct result of being a target, victim, and activist concerning the continued criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. And if you see any negative comments as I'm making this video at any time, just ignore them completely, because I am being trolled through Periscope, YouTube, my blogs, and so on. So just ignore them. Okay? Stay with this video. Absolutely. Now, getting back to my predictions. As I'm making this video, if anybody comes on the property or anywhere near it, okay, and creates any kinds of problems for me and or reports me to the law enforcement, will it be because of gang stalking? Organized stalking, gang stalking target individuals are GPS tracked in real time, okay? As a result, they know where the target's at. They can then prop up their useful idiots to get around the target to try and claim that they heard the target, saw the target, or saw the target's property, okay, or stumbled across the target. Alright, and then use that individual as a buffer between the target and law enforcement, so the law enforcement can arrive on the scene and then claim they have a normal appearing probable cause to arrest the target, ticket the target, or cause the target to move from the property, to leave the property. So what I do in response to this covertly managed staged events is I predict what they'll do before they do it. In email files, tweets on Twitter, my blog, petitions, and audio files and video files. Okay. Alright, so you can research GPS tracking and gang stalking, covert physical surveillance and gang stalking. This crime is also called organized stalking, and it's not stalking by gangs. The stalking of gang stalking is where they'll GPS track you and engage in covert physical surveillance, okay, the stalking of gang stalking, in order to gang up on you through one or more persons, including using the courts, prosecutors, public defenders, district attorneys, and judges, including also any type of doctor affiliated with the government, subcontracted or not, county mental health. You would not believe what I know. You just would not believe it. Fellow American citizens, all my descriptions can be Googled and when appropriate YouTubed. Periodically throughout this video, I'll be checking it to make sure I'm still live stream broadcasting. And if this video does not broadcast and or save to my gallery, what I'll be doing, hold on. What I'll also be doing is uploading this video from my phone to YouTube. So let's see if it doesn't get saved into my gallery application, and this phone is absolutely hacked. Alright, now, I have to make these statements as a protective mechanism, as a mechanism for my personal safety and my finance safety. Because of the way this crime operates. Absolutely. So, you can feel free at any time to research my other Periscope videos dedicated to this account. All videos in this account up to this date have been made to expose this crime, except for three. Those three being, at this time, being the one video I took concerning taking a video picture of my squirrel. There was another video that was a comedy video, and then the third video was the video that's got CERN in the title. All other videos are dedicated to me exposing the factual statements concerning gang stalking. Now, if at any time as I'm making this video, if it stops abruptly for any reason, still research what I've stated so far. Okay, now, what's this video about? This video is absolutely going to blow your mind. Absolutely. What I did was, in the title of this Periscope video, is I incorporated a Twitter tweet link. It's a tweet attached to a pinned tweet on my Twitter account, which is at HIGGINSGGGG. Exposing Truth is the name of the account, just like Exposing Truth is the name of this Periscope account. And what is incorporated within that tweet are two Twitter links, okay, that you need to open up. Everything that is incorporated within that tweet, what you want to do, don't look at the YouTube video first, because that YouTube video that is attached within the Twitter link, okay, is a continuation of the Periscope video that has opposing neural pathways in its title. That YouTube video was actually a video that I made to YouTube through Periscope. That Periscope video was titled Memory Stimulation. It didn't get broadcasted through Periscope. As a result, though, of that video being saved to my gallery application on my phone, when I seen that it wouldn't come up through Periscope after I posted it, what I did was I then uploaded it to YouTube. So what you want to do when you bring this Twitter link up is click on what's first attached to it, which is a Twitter link. Each Twitter link within that tweet holds additional information. So what you want to do is click on everything from top to bottom. Follow the sequential order of what's presented in order for you to be able to then see the sequential order of what's being exposed. Now, what is the subject matter of this video? Let me put my glasses on. Alright, hold on. Now, right now I'm making this video through the lens of my phone. I have made 2 Periscope videos where all of a sudden the video streaming went from the lens of my phone, which is the actual camera lens that's on the back of the phone, to the camera taping me from my from the phone screen. So if that happens, well, there's no way that I can do that midstream, okay, in the in a live broadcast, because you got to literally change that setting through your phone. So pay attention to that if it occurs. It has occurred in 2 other live stream Periscope videos, so let's see if that occurs. Now, what is this video about? What's incorporated within the Twitter link that is attached to the title of this Periscope video is exposure pertaining to a subject matter, pertaining to brain stimulation in reference to stimulating neural pathways that were created through brain entrainment, and then how remote neural monitoring is used to stimulate what is entrained. What was entrained was heterodyne. Heterodyne meaning that these neural pathways, after they were created and reinforced, brought about a potentiated frequency from each entrained neural pathway. As a result of these frequencies being heterodyne, which means that they became part of and incorporated within the remote neural monitoring mainframe, as a result, the frequency was identified. It was created and potentiated in order for it to be identified. Once it was identified, it was heterodyne, meaning that it became part of the remote neural monitoring mainframe. As a result of it being identified and heterodyne, it can be stimulated at any time and amplified. Okay? As a result, whatever is incorporated and incorporated within and attached to that neural pathway can be stimulated in order to be brought back into the conscious forefront of your conscious mind. Okay, in reference to brain state, thought patterns, emotional clusters, and their frequencies and everything. As a result of it being stimulated and amplified, that overrides any other conscious deliberations in order to fight it, because you cannot have a parallel thought while you're having one. Okay, try to think in 2 separate thoughts at one time. I don't think you're going to be able to do it. So, as a result, whatever is within that neural pathway becomes your actual in real-time conscious experience. Thought patterns, emotional clusters, brain states, and so on, which is the reason why brain entrainment is occurring to gang stalking victims. Now, you can create opposing neural pathways by and through the criminal expeditions of gang stalking. Okay? Now, why am I bringing this up? What I also attached within that Twitter link was a clip from the movie, I believe it was made in 2004, The Manchurian Candidate. Pay attention closely. Now, why is it that you can go to Google and type in gang stalking, okay, remote neural monitoring, and the Manchurian Candidates? Hear me out. Now, what is that movie, the 2004 remake of the original Manchurian Candidate, with a movie that was made back in the 1950s, which had Frank Sinatra in it? What you want to pay attention to is the movie that was made in 2004 in reference to how that correlates within what I'm exposing within the Twitter link attached to the title of this Periscope video. In the 2004 Manchurian Candidate movie with Denzel Washington, you will, as a result of you watching that movie, which you can get through Netflix and probably renting it through Google Play Store or whatever, what do you see in that movie, and what is that movie about? Well, it's about many things. Check it out. One of the things that movie is about neural implantation and neural and physiological control. They literally show within the movie, as you're watching it, you're going to be able to see how multiple individuals were neurally implanted, how they were subject to technological brainwashing, which is technological programming, and while this technological programming was going on, how electrodes were placed on their head, how they were trapped in this room, and the technological programming took place using computers and visual and auditory, programming. Now, what I also incorporated within the tweet link, that I've already talked to you about, when I say tweet link, I'm meaning what is incorporated within the title of this Periscope video. What you will understand concerning what is also incorporated pertaining to a snap screenshot that is within the tweet link shows a snap screenshot, of a comment that was posted on the Rudy 2 satellite surveillance blog that is also incorporated within the tweet link. Those snap screenshots show a snap screenshot, two of them, pertaining to what an individual commented on pertaining to that blog. When you open up that blog, scroll down to the comments, and you'll see a individual. Hammond is his last name, I think. Dallas Hammond, and he incorporated a lot of things within his comment. Scroll down to the comments feature of that blog. Read the blog, but scroll down to the comments feature of that blog, and you'll see Dallas Hammond making a comment and then listing some things within his comment. Look at number 82, how it talks about visual aids and auditory comments in order to incite a response. Now, in gang stalking criminal expeditions, gang stalking victims can have what is known as, but not limited to, brain-to-computer interface implants, which include and encompasses with how these brain-to-computer interface, brain-to-computer link interfaces will also hack into and even work with visual cortex implants and audio cortex implants, where the audio cortex and visual cortex is being monitored and can be manipulated. So what do you see in the Manchurian Candidate movie with Denzel Washington? You see that they're being technologically brainwashed through technological means while they're being verbally and visually, programmed as that's occurring by seeing things that are being presented towards them as it's occurring. What do you see people doing? What do you see the victims seeing? As this is going on around them, what's being visually propped up for them to see? As they're being subject to repetitive statements, like the guy's last name is Shaw. An individual that they could not stand. As they were soldiers in the Kuwait War. None of these soldiers couldn't stand this guy, but they're being programmed to like him and to make them believe that he's a hero. And how was that programming then, reintroduced in their dreams, reintroduced in their conscious deliberations as a result of them being technologically implanted? How these things were repeated in their minds over and over and over again, the computer-to-brain feedback loop. Now, what is incorporated within the Rudy 2 brain satellite blog that I attached within the Twitter link? And how does that interface with the number 82 of the comment that is put on that blog from Dallas Hammond? visual props with cooperating audio. Okay, streamline in order to, audio in order to excite a response. Because what they do in gang stalking criminal expeditions is it's within the brain entrainment. Okay, is program your thinking based on what's presented through repetition. Okay, if you like say if you are subject to have you ever heard those songs on the radio where the song is nothing but a loop song, and then you might be going down the road and it comes on, and all of a sudden you start repeating, okay, what's in the song? Okay, that's one example. Okay, where you're kept in a constant neural mental loop, and it's almost like obsessive compulsive, okay, memory stimulation. Okay, where the song lyric is looped over and over and over again. Same concept. Okay, because with remote neural monitoring and the computer brain link, they can literally transmit anything, okay, into the audio cortex for you to hear in a looped fashion. Okay, repetition, which also becomes part of the brain entrainment. Why do you think that target individuals are constantly stating that they're being subject to voice-to-skull transmissions, where the transmissions are looped over and over and over again? Same thing in the maturing candidate. So whatever we see through our optical nerve, through our retina, is transmitted into the visual cortex and then becomes part of our memory. Research memory stimulation in gang stalking. Okay, memory mapping. Okay, so they present something for you to see. As a result of you seeing it, it becomes part of your visual memory. They then will memory map you and then stimulate these fragments, these fragmented memories, to be re-experienced in the visual cortex, which is the memory, okay, the visual aid part of the number 82. While that's going on, because they're stimulating for the visual cortex to see it, they can then re-stimulate anything that becomes part of the audio cortex memory, because you have two memories, audio and video. So basically it's like an overlap. Like let's just say, for instance, like you see me talking right now. You're seeing it through the visual memory. You're seeing it through your optical nerve, processed through your retina, okay? And as a result, your visual cortex sees me talking. You're hearing me as I talk, right? So you're making sense of what I'm saying as a result of what you're seeing me present. Same concept. Whatever is seen through the optical nerve, through the retina, okay, goes to the visual cortex and becomes part of the visual memory. Whatever you hear me state becomes part of your auditory memory. They can map everything that is processed through these two modes of operations, okay, and then take segments of it or all of it, okay, identify it, and then re-stimulate it for it to be re-experienced. Do you understand? So in the movie The Manchurian Candidate, even though they could not stand Raymond Shaw, that was how they originally felt about this guy, but then they were technologically programmed to like him. Opposing neural pathways. Do you understand? So when you see somebody you don't like, and you have thoughts concerning why you don't like them, that's one neural pathway. Okay? Then when you're electronically, technologically programmed to like a person through repetition, that's another neural pathway. But they're both opposing to each other. Do you understand? Now with remote neural monitoring, they can stimulate either one of these neural pathways in order to bring back into the conscious forefront, okay, the thought patterns and the visual and audio props pertaining to each neural pathway, in order to have those neural processes re-experienced in the conscious forefront. As a result, you become neurally, mentally controlled. Do you understand? Because when it's stimulated back into the conscious forefront of your mind, you can't have a competing conscious deliberation. You can't say to yourself, well, you might start sensing something's wrong, but as it's being stimulated at a time constant rate. Meaning that as you're experiencing the stimulation, you can't have a competing thought. because the stimulation is being stimulated on a timed, constant rate. It's electronic. Do you understand? So, what we have to then understand here is that in order to be able to see how this neural manipulation and neural control can happen, is because they know you can't have a parallel competing thought when the stimulation is occurring. And the stimulation is occurring under the perceptual radar, meaning that you could be walking down the street and they can stimulate it, and you won't even know that the stimulation is coming upon you, okay? And you won't be able to recognize it until after the stimulation stops. Do you understand? So, as a result, what we can see then is that in order to neurally control an individual with this technology, you are literally, and then they can also inhibit your ability to have memory recall. Okay, in reference to like this is being done under the perceptual radar. After they stop stimulating the neural pathway, and then you just go back into your own conscious deliberations. Okay, you might sense that something just occurred towards you. True. Okay, but if you don't know what's happening to you is happening through technological means, you might just think that for some reason you had this thought and you can't understand why. Or you can't understand why you're having these visual flashes in your mind and the resulting audio, okay, streamlined dialogue that comes with it. You can't understand why, because you don't know that you're being technologically manipulated. Do you think that it's that what I expose within the tweet link pertaining to mind hacking and mind trafficking, and listen carefully to what I state in it, and how that is almost identical to a T pertaining to what is presented in the Manchurian Candidate movie? They could not stand Raymond Shaw in real life, but were technologically programmed through technological means and through neurolinguistic programming techniques with visual props. Okay, as they're being programmed with visual props. Think about what you're seeing in that Manchurian Candidate movie. You're literally seeing them being technologically programmed, okay, with dialogue stating there's no greater person than Raymond Shaw, while they're seeing Raymond Shaw kill one of their fellow soldiers. Two opposing neural pathways being created. Hate him, love him. Do you understand? So you cross-reference what I'm stating and what you just heard me state, okay, to the Periscope video that I incorporated within this tweet link attached to the title of this Periscope video pertaining to the two Periscope videos of creating opposing neural pathways and the mind hacking and mind trafficking Periscope video. And the Rudy 2 Brain Satellite blog, and the snap screenshots dedicated to that blog pertaining to the snap screenshots that I took of the comments within that blog, number 82. Incorporate it all together and you will see truth. Fellow American citizens, I made this video to inform, to expose the truth. You just would not believe what they're doing with remote neural monitoring, the computer-to-brain feedback loop, okay, the computer-to-brain link, brain entrainment, heterodyning, and the whole 9 yards. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth. And you want to know why at the end of the day? Because God created us, human beings, with free will. It was literally the first thing that He told us, that He gave us in the Garden of Eden. Literally. What did He tell Adam and Eve? Do not eat from the tree of life, right? But He gave them the choice. He commanded them not to, but He gave them the free will to make up their own mind about it. That was the very first thing that He did with humankind, was give humankind, mankind, the right, free will, self-determination. Do you understand what I'm telling you? This technology is a direct affront to our Heavenly Father and His purpose for mankind's life. Absolutely. Absolutely. How would you feel that if the second or third party, a second or third agent, had the technological means to have neural control over you? You wouldn't like it, and you know it. So research what I've stated in depthly, okay? And then expose this. Share this information because this needs to get out. Absolutely. My name is Leslie Williams. I made this video. This technology is being used for neural enslavement, for sexual enslavement, for children, adults, teenagers, okay, by the worst of the worst. I made this video to inform, to expose the truth. So thank you for listening, and have a great day.